sealing vacuum pouches. These are smooth vacuum pouches. They're not the textured vacuum pouches that you get with a Foodsaver. It has these ridges that lets it draw the air out. They're quite expensive, these rolls. I use smooth vacuum bags. This is a full size. This is a 300 by 150mm one. It's very strong, but they're smooth, so it can't suck the air out from the inside. But you can fiddle it. This bag I've just cut it down because I don't want to use a great big bag for this demonstration. So what I'm going to do is use some of these black peppercorns to vacuum seal, so you can see how it works. So that's them in. What I use is this. It's one of the bath scrunchy things for. Oh, Toshi! For goodness' sake, you're a pest. Go away. It's one of the bath scrunchy things. It's a new one, obviously. I'm not using an old one that's sort of got bits of dead skin in it and whatever. But I just used some of this to allow it to cut the air out. You only need a small bit of it, so cut a piece of that off. Stretch it out nice and flat, and then you just need a small piece. All it's used for is to bridge the gap between the item that you're going to vacuum pack and this heat sealer and this rubber seal around the vacuum chamber. When you close it, that seals the bag and it can't suck the air out. So what we'll do is we'll just put a piece of that in the bag so that it touches the food that you're going to vacuum seal, but doesn't quite reach the end of the bag. I don't know whether you can see that. The light shining on it. It's not quite to the end of the bag. So when I put that into the sealer, it bridges the. I'm just going to see whether I can zoom in on that with this. Is it going to focus ever? No, does it help? There you can see it that it bridges this seal into this chamber here. That allows it to suck the air out of the bag. So just close the machine and vacuum seal. And as you can see, sucks the air out. It vacuum seals perfectly well. But depending on your sealer, it might not quite seal where the mesh is. It might not quite seal it perfectly. So what I do is I then move the bag down and do another seal. I'm going to see whether this will focus if I zoom in again. You can see the mesh ends there, so the mesh doesn't reach up to this grey sealing bar that does the seal. So I do another manual seal just there, so it's not touching the mesh. Just use the manual seal button. Then if any air gets past this first seal, zoom back out again. If any air gets past this for any air to get past this first seal here, it has to get past this other seal at the top of the bag here. I'll get something dark to go behind this. No, that's not going to work either. It's difficult to see. See whether it will work on there. Zoom in. This stupid camera doesn't want to focus when it's zoomed in, but I think you can see there the first seal is here, running through the mesh, and then the mesh ends here, and I put another seal past the mesh, so that first seal there is going to stop any air getting in, and then it'll maintain the vacuum in here. There, it's decided to focus now so you can see it. That's the top seal, there's the mesh, there's the seal that I did through the mesh, and there's the actual item, fully vacuum packed. These pouches, I buy these pouches in a box of 1,000, and they work out about 1.5 or 2p each or something, including delivery, which is very, very cheap. But to make a bag the same size using these Foodsaver textured rolls probably cost you about 10 or 12p for a bag the same size, so it's a very significant saving. And that one of those bath scrunchies will literally do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bags, because you're only using a tiny bit of it each time, maybe about 1 inch or so wide each time by a couple of inches long. Do thousands with it. So that's saving some money on vacuum pouching, vacuum sealing. For those of you that's in the raw group that's thinking about using a Foodsaver for vacuum sealing your raw mix, like I do, I don't use the Foodsaver sealer because I have another faster impulse sealer. But you can do it with these. Just use the manual seal button instead of the vacuum seal button. You don't need to vacuum seal a pouch of wet raw cat food. It doesn't need the vacuum. Just squeeze most of the air out and seal it. You don't need any of this mesh or anything, just seal it. Okay, there you go. That's vacuum sealing. Bye.